friends, welcome back. Today I'm going to walk you through my very first UX research resume that got me my first job. I'll also share a link to that template to that resume down below in the description box. I'll kind of walk you through how I created my very first resume using Canva. Nope, it's not sponsored by Canva. I wish it was. If you're looking for advice on creating a resume for finance or legal or something a little bit more serious, this video is probably not for you. This video is specifically for creating resumes for UX jobs, specifically for those who don't have a ton of experiences in user experience just yet. You know, people say that hiring managers or recruiters spend less than 10 seconds reviewing a resume per person. And I think it's realistically kind of true. When you think about it, hiring managers and recruiters have to screen a few hundreds of resumes per day, especially in larger companies, and your resume should really stand out. I personally love a super direct, straightforward resume that shows a little bit of a personality as well. As soon as your hiring manager or your recruiter takes a look at your resume, they should be able to tell a few different things. For one, immediately, they should be able to tell how many years of experience you have. And again, I recommend that you count those years of experiences spent in other fields that have relevant transferable skill sets. Second, what industries you have experience in. Have you always been in tech? Have you been in finance? Have you been in accounting before? Have you been in sales? Have you been in retail or e-commerce and you're applying for e-commerce roles? Those are your strengths. 3, what kind of internship experiences or related experiences you have. Have you volunteered somewhere? You know, what type of experiences you have. 4th, simple, but where you're located. Number 5, this is the most important part, but what are your strengths as a UX researcher or designer? I applied for mine. My strength was in marketing analytics, so having quantitative background and being in e-commerce and retail industry really helped break into UX jobs in that particular niche of consumer-facing retail or e-commerce platforms. Now for the design, people say you should use some ATS style resumes, but I highly recommend that you take a look at Canva. Think of your resume as a website and your hiring manager or your recruiter who's screening your resume as your user. Think about the type of information that your user is looking for and provide that information in the most succinct way possible while also being super attractive as well and showing that personality as well. You know, when you think of an application or a platform, you want to make sure. I always lean towards the more attractive looking UI possible. You know, even if it does the same exact thing, I think whatever it seems like it's a little bit more modern, a little bit more young, I lean towards those. And I think resumes are the same. When it seems like someone has a little bit more color and personality to it, I lean more towards them. Canva is awesome because, well, you get to shop around these templates for free, and they have the most amazing design templates that look creative enough. There are enough of these various different types of designs that you can really look for the ones that really tell the story really succinctly and super straightforwardly. I'm going to guide you step by step as to how to find the best template for your own resume. So let's get started. You're always going to start from canva.com, and where you're going to find your resume here is going to be, if you look up resume in this search bar, you'll be able to see resume, obviously, and you'll end up with 6,430 different templates. Crazy, right? So what you're going to click into, go under the filters, go under theme, and I like to click into like graphic design, portfolio, designer. So anything that relates to UX design is what you're gonna look for a little bit of a creative yet straightforward resumes. I'm gonna lean away from including a photo. So if you look for something that's like straightforward but with no photo, but like that has a little bit of personality in it. For example, I think this one, something like this, is super straightforward, but also like really cute in its like font that they use. So like, let's click on this one. So yeah, this is like super straightforward. Like you can zoom in, what you are gonna do is just like update the font. So Tifter is what I'm gonna look. You can just move things around. Here I could put UX researcher. And then, yeah, basically update this. Super straightforward. And this is great because they have what? Wow, experience. Yeah. You can see like education, your work experience. What are your expertise? Like, what kind of methodologies do you have expertise in? I wouldn't include a hobby or interest. I think that's a little bit weird. But you can also put like, I think reference. You don't even need to put in there. But this is kind of like a super straightforward. You can also change like the color of something like this around to be like something that resonates a little bit more for you. And I like to change colors based on the type of company that I'm applying for. So if I'm applying for Facebook, obviously like the color of Facebook is blue. And then if I'm, you could tweak things around to make it a little bit more cuter, and then you can also like make it a little bit lighter too. I just wanted to quickly show you my very own resume. So this is the very first resume. I kept the same template and I kept updating the information in it. When I say creative resume, I don't mean like photos and visuals. I mean fonts are really cute and easy to look at. Like cute UI is what I'm trying to say when I say creative resumes. This was the very first resume that I had where it was like I was in the business school before coming into UX, and I was in marketing. And number one tip that that business school gave was like, keep it this exact format. Don't play around with it. Don't make it creative. So this was the very first one, and then I was like, this is so boring. Like I really didn't like the font. I really didn't like anything about this resume. So then I kind of went on and changed it up so that it's a little bit more creative in terms of like being a little bit more visual and cute and colorful. So these two are my very first resumes. As you can tell, I had UX designer and UX researcher template, and like city, don't mind that. I created different resumes for each of the city that I was applying for. I didn't mind where I was ending up in, so I created it for everything, like Atlanta, Georgia, San Francisco, California, LA, Minneapolis. I did not mind where I was gonna end up in. I've gotten so many compliments for this template just because it was like, oh, you're like, whenever I applied for something, I got so many compliments around how cute my resume was, and they're like, I really liked the design of your resume. And a lot of hiring managers and recruiters think I created this design myself, which is not true. I use Canva, but because researcher designers need to understand a little bit of a design and user experience with that design, a lot of people in UX really love cute designs like this. At least like a little bit of color in it, cool font, and easy to read font. Number experiences, and their qualification and competencies is the most important, but it still gives a little bit more of like color and vibrancy to your resume. So take a look at it and let me know how you think. Thanks so much for watching, and hope you have a good rest of your day.